What's up, y'all? My name is Nate. This is Throttle Only. Behind me, I have a 2020 BMW X5 M50i. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of the specs on this beautiful vehicle. So, if you were to go onto BMW's website today, you're not going to see the X5 M50i anymore. Instead, you're going to see a 2024 X5 M60i. It looks even more amazing and has some improvements as well. The MSRP for that model is going to run you about 89,000 US dollars. So as stated earlier, this one is a 2020. It is the X5 and the M50i. If you are looking at one used, you might be able to leave the dealership with around $85,000 leaving your pocket. So going back to the specs, the engine is a 4.4 liter twin turbo charged V8. Has an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the horsepower has 523. Torque is 553 foot-pounds, and it can go 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. And of course, it is all-wheel drive. And then if you're concerned with your MPGs, it gets 16 in the city, 22 in the highway. That comes out to 18 miles per gallon combined. And the weight is 6,559 pounds. Okay, so we'll take a look at the key fob here. You have lock, unlock, you can adjust your trunk there, and you do have the M badging on the side as well. This car also comes with an app, and you can remote start it. So starting with the exterior styling here, you have your beautiful BMW badge here in the front. You do have some nice body lines as well. And then coming down, you have BMW laser headlights, which are incredibly bright at night. Let's take a closer look. They also have their daytime running light in LED as well. And if you look closely, there is a warning in there as well, essentially stating don't look directly into the headlights. Another nice thing about these is this small area here. When turning the steering wheel, will actually turn whichever side you turn the steering wheel, it will turn a light on so that you can see the road better. Coming on down, you have some parking sensors, some more venting on the bottom there, and you do have your radar cruise control bit there, which works incredibly well. You have a front camera there as well, and this grille here is an active grille. It is currently closed, but it does open and close depending on the amount of airflow that is needed for the engine. And as you can see, it just opened. You can see the nice strut bars there as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the side of the vehicle. And as we make our way over, we'll notice a small venting area there that will go back towards the wheel well. All right, so let's look at these wheels. These are 21-inch wheels in this beautiful black. You do have your nice M badging there as well. M performance brakes. No slotted rotors though. And then up front we have two 75/35s. You also have a nice vent here, heat extractor, and then you also have a black side skirt as well. And looking at the mirrors, you do have an LED indicator on the outside, and you also have a camera as well. These mirrors also fold, and you do have the blind spot indicator, and they are auto dimming. And then looking at these door handles, you do have your lock and your unlock there, and these are soft close doors. And they have that on the front and the rear. And then looking at the rear tires here, the rear tires are wrapped in 315/30. So although this is an SUV, it does have a staggered stance to it. All right, so let's look at this rear here. Third brake light is up here. You have a little bit of a lip. You have your X5 badging and your M50i badging as well. Making your way further down, you have somewhat of a diffuser there that is body colored. And then you have quad exhaust. All right, let's go ahead and hear what this exhaust sounds like. And we're also going to take a look at the engine bay. All right, so the hood is popped. This is the 4.4 liter V8 that is twin turbocharged. Let's take a look here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the trunk space. We'll use the key fob to unlock the vehicle. All right. So you have two lift gates. Here is the second one. If you push this button here, the second one will automatically come down. Under here, you do have your spare. You have room for a first aid kit or other miscellaneous storage. You can pull down the seats here, and you can also do the same on the other side. You also have hangers here. You have a 12-volt power adapter and another hanger there as well. You do have a cargo cover. And then to close everything, you can either lock the vehicle or just decide to close it. I push close. Both lift gates will close. Okay, so now let's go ahead and pop in the back seat. I have the seat adjusted for my height. I am 6'1". There is a good amount of room in the back seat. My legs have about 2 or 3 inches. My feet are not touching the bottom whatsoever. The seats are extremely comfortable. You do have this nice Sky Lounge panoramic sunroof. You also have speakers above your head, and you do have a center console as well as cup holders, and you do have AC controls and heated seats back here. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the interior, starting with the sunshade here in the rear. You do have some nice leather materials that are soft touch, and then you do have some trim as well. It looks like it's gray or white. You do have Bowers and Wilkins sound system, which sounds amazing. You have a nice aluminum door handle that feels good. You do have your window control there and some small storage pockets down below as well. You do have an illuminated strip here that will add to your interior lighting. In the rear, you do have an illuminated door sill with just M here, your BMW floor mats, and then your very comfortable back seat. All right, so moving into the interior on the driver's side, you do have your unlock and your lock. You do have your manual door opener. You have your different modes for your seat. You have massage seating. You can auto close your mirrors, and then you do have your window switch controls as well. And of course, your Bowers and Wilkins sound system and another LED strip there. So moving into the vehicle, you have an M50i illuminated door sill, BMW floor mats. You have an aluminum dead pedal, and then also aluminum throttle and brake pedal as well. And looking at these seats, They are heated and ventilated. You have lots of controls on the side here. They also have massage settings as well. You do have your thigh extension here, which you can adjust with these auto controls here as well. You also have all of the light controls that are here on the side panel. You do have specific parking lights if you are parking on the side of the street and you want to let people know that you are there. More venting up here. And then on the side of the steering wheel, this is automatic adjusting. All right, and looking at the center console, if you push this button here, it will open up. You have a nice light in there, and you also have one USB Type-C port. All right, so moving up from that, you have this beautiful shift lever here. You have an illuminated X in the middle, which looks very nice. And then you do have a rotary dial as well, which has some crystal in it. And then your start and your stop button also. So hey, you also have a couple of drive modes. You have Sport, Comfort, Eco, and Adaptive. You have an auto hold button, an electronic parking brake, an auto descent here. You have auto off, parking sensors, a camera button, auto off, and then you have some menu controls on this side as well. And coming further up, you do have an area for your cups. You have a 12-volt power adapter there. You also have heated and cooled cup holders and another USB area there, as well as wireless charging. Above that, you have a nice, beautiful crystal shifter that will control your volume. And then all of this area here, you can set presets. And if you drag your finger across, it will show you what specific thing you have attached to that preset. Above that, you have your AC controls. This does have heated and ventilated seats. If you push this button here, it'll come up with your menu. You do have a nice LCD display here as well to display your temperature, your fan speed, and all of that stuff there. So moving on to your center screen here, this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I am using Apple CarPlay. There are a lot of options in this center screen here. We'll start with this small little button here. If we push that, it'll bring up all of our safety features. I have, of course, have everything on. Go ahead and press that. You can toggle different modes as well. I'm gonna go ahead and push it back and we'll go ahead to our menu. So going back to the menu, we'll select car using the rotary dial and we'll go to settings and we'll start at the very beginning. You have general settings, driving modes that you can configure. You have exterior lighting, driver assistance, your displays, doors, vehicle access, interior lighting, seat comfort, climate control, and your key button settings as well. Okay, so another interesting thing about this infotainment, it has experience modes. So if I go ahead and press that, there are 3 different modes: executive, expressive, and well-being. If I go ahead and press expressive, it says now is the time to enjoy life and positive energy. It will go ahead and open up the panoramic roof. It will change the interior lighting as well. And then it can also turn on the massage seating. So this car is also loaded with cameras. If you go ahead and you push the camera button down below, it will pull up the front camera. It has a very nice resolution. You can also have it activate at specific locations. Like say you're pulling into your driveway, you can't really see if there's obstacles. It will automatically pop up if you use the manage points option here. You also have settings there to adjust your brightness and your contrast, as well as a camera image. And then putting it into reverse, you have a beautiful reverse camera there as well. You do have these side points. And then you also have some other modes here on the side. If I were to push this, you have a 3D view. So you can control your 3D view with gestures. If I just place my hand like this, you also have a car wash mode as well. You push car wash. Now you can go through the car wash so you don't hit anything. So on the surround view camera, I use gesture controls. You also have gesture controls for your media as well. So you can spiral your hand like this to control the volume, and then you can also skip tracks and reverse tracks as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel here. You do have paddle shifters that are mounted to the steering wheel itself. This steering wheel is very thick, wrapped in some nice leather with some black stitching on it, and feels very good. It is a heated steering wheel as well. You do have a nice M badge here at the bottom. You have all of your adaptive cruise control biddies here, and then your volume control and menu control there as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the drive modes now. I'm going to go ahead and put it into adaptive. So adaptive mode will essentially predict the adjustment of the vehicle settings for your driving situation. You have Eco Pro, which is very efficient driving setting. You do have Comfort, which is a very balanced setting. And then you do have Sport mode as well. And when you push the Sport button, you can toggle between Sport Plus, Sport Individual, and just Sport. And looking further into this digital cockpit, you do have your speedometer on the left and your tach on the right, as well as some trip info as well. And you do have all of your fuel gauges on the left side there. And then, of course, your mode is going to be down below. The screen also will change depending on your mode. So I'll go ahead and switch into Eco. As you can see here, it does change. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this beautiful 2020 BMW X5 M50i out on the road. So first things first, getting in this vehicle, it is so nice. So you have these beautiful, soft, closed doors. These doors are massively heavy because you're insulated from the exterior. When using the sound system, you can blare it and walk outside and you cannot hear a thing. These seats are massively comfortable. They have multiple massage settings. You do have adjustable bolsters and thigh support as well. It's absolutely amazing. This thing is pretty fast as well. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put it into Sport Plus mode. I'm going to do a 0 to 60. All right. We're in standard drive mode. We're going to do a 0 to 60. This thing pulls so hard. Let's go ahead and do another one. I want to try it with the manual shifters here. Wow. It feels so nice around corners as well. This is a massive SUV, and turning at speed, it does not feel as big as it is. Of course, the suspension and everything changes once you put it into Sport Plus mode, but wow, it is really amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into Eco Pro mode, and we're gonna go ahead and test out this cruise control on here. This also comes with traffic jam assist, which is very helpful. So let me show you what it's like using this adaptive cruise control. So just like Tesla, it will steer for you as well, but it has these LED indicators that will flash at you yellow, letting you know, hey, you need to grab the wheel, especially if it's around a corner. Another really nice thing I like about this cruise control versus the Tesla is it actually keeps a little bit closer distance to the car in front of you, so people can't cut you off, so it puts you further and further back while you're in traffic. So if you want this vehicle to be very comfortable, whether you're using Eco Pro mode, adaptive, or comfort mode, it accomplishes that extremely well. So whichever way you want to drive, if you want to drive like a crazy person and use all of this crazy horsepower, or you want to relax, you can do either of those things. I will also add, at nighttime, this car is absolutely beautiful. I still think that Mercedes takes the cake in terms of interior lighting, but it is still very nice. You do have all of your RBG colors to choose from, and then you do have this beautiful panoramic sky lounge roof that I showed earlier. Okay, so these have been some of my thoughts on this beautiful X5. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing, consider leaving a like. If you did not enjoy, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I can improve on. Let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.